Have you ever seen a misshapen cloud or a badly designed wave? Nature never makes mistakes. Everything flows as it should. In the same way, our paths in life twist and turn unpredictably. But they're never wrong. Even when things seem chaotic or uncertain, we are led to where we need to be. It's a spirit of adventure, of embracing the unknown. There's a film called Walter Mitty that captures this so perfectly. A man who leaves behind the ordinary to seek the extraordinary. As we embark on this journey, let's remember, every cloud, every wave, and every choice leads us to somewhere beautiful. There's a quote from Mark Twain that says, "Most men die at 27. We just bury them at age 72. Like Walter, most of us harbor a hidden dream life. One we often dream about, but never take a step toward. Maybe it's time to stop waiting for the right moment. Perhaps right now, right here, in this moment, it's time to stop dreaming and start living life. Thanks to all of you who have supported my journey thus far. I'll keep making videos, music, and art. Let's keep creating together."
Yeah, Canada airport of all places. There's a old command thing right here. I'm actually not here for work. I actually spend quite a bit of time here because I do airport transfers for my tourism company. So I usually like to get here early and kind of know the lay of the land. One of my favorite places to go is this little sky observatory here where you can see the planes take off. So I just want to kind of show you that before we head to our flight. Coolest places I found at the airport. It's quite noisy. That's something, I really like cars, but planes are extraordinary. They're even cooler than cars in a lot of ways. So it's cool to be able to watch them take off and stuff.
Haneda Airport also has a great selection of shops, souvenirs, and this includes the famous Dangi Hote, which has everything under the sun, including all these Kit Kat flavors. Strolling through, there's also a collection of Japanese restaurants, and they're all made to look like they came from the Edo period.
The last thing I want to show you before we go through security is this cool little wooden bridge they have. Now, before I'm late for my flight, let me go through security.
The security process is just as efficient as you might think from a Japanese airport, and I had plenty of time to relax at the airport before my flight. As I was mentioning before, there's something special about boarding an airplane and being above the clouds. It gives you a whole new perspective of life, and before I knew it, I landed.
This is my first time in Taiwan. It actually surprised me how much the kind of railway signs are just like Japanese railway maps and things like that. So, but your ticket here is like this plastic coin. So I'm going to be interested to see how that works. It's like you just...
So one of the reasons I took this trip in the first place is to meet my mom, who I haven't seen in 2 years in person, so it was nice to meet up with my mom and have a nice dinner. We had beef noodles. Because of my job in tourism, I spend quite a lot of time in hotels, and it's always fun to compare their breakfasts. This one is obviously not Japanese, because I normally spend time in Japanese hotels, so it was nice to see the assortment of fresh fruit. My favorite items at breakfast were these steamed buns, which were 3 or 4 different flavors. Today we actually had a tour guide. I like to schedule vacations with a couple days with guides because not only am I a tour guide myself and I like to promote the industry, but because I want to see all the tourist stuff. and then also we schedule some free days where we can kind of lollygag around and do what we want. Today started off in Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall, and we made it in time to see the changing of the guards. After some exploring, it's time for a little snack, and I like to choose some bubble tea because Taiwan is very famous for the bubble tea, and also because it's so hot I wanted something to cool myself down. Next, we headed to the neighborhood of Taipei 101, where we stopped off in this military housing district. Now, this military housing district used to house military dependents, but now it's a spot for cafes, shops, and some history museums. My favorite place was the craft beer that they had there, and I went ahead and bought a couple for tonight. One of the things that's really hard to find in Japan is good bagels, so I appreciated the bagel shop. From there we headed on to the actual tower itself where we had lunch, and I wasn't feeling that hungry because of the bubble tea, so I chose these cute little pig steamed buns. They're actually filled with custard and not pig meat, which is the usual filling. Outside of Taipei 101 was this bus surrounded by golden balls. I thought it'd be funny just to take a picture with golden balls because of the meme, but it's actually turned out to be an art exhibition for a book called When the Moon Forgot. When the Moon Forgot is a children's story written by a Taiwanese author where the moon falls from the sky, befriends a little boy, but after the world starts missing the moon, the boy helps the moon get back to the sky. After saying goodbye to the big tower, we head to the train station. There's these cute little toys at the train station and a vending machine, and it reminds me of Japan a lot. We make it just in time to see a water show that happens every day. From here we head to the Yongkang district, and here we do some souvenir shopping. We bought a little gift for our dog at home, and there's these cute little figurines. It really does remind me of Japan with all these cute figurines everywhere. Kitty, kitty. From there, we head to a local Buddhist temple. At this Buddhist temple, you can enlist the help of the gods by rolling these Buddhist wooden dice. I got a red string, which means I shouldn't die alone.
We go tomorrow.
LaidbackMarco.
From there, we explore some of Taiwan's historical streets, some of which have something to do with trade and Chinese medicine. Here you can pretend that you're a Chinese tea maker or a Chinese medicine maker. Another temple here provides fresh honey tea, which will, quote-unquote, help you find your honey, as it's another matchmaking god of some sort. We finished the day by eating some of the traditional pork buns I was talking about. The next day we were actually looking for crispy Chinese pork, but we ended up eating American barbecue. A lot of these helmets are Japanese characters. Today we had no tours or plans during the day, so I thought it'd be nice to go to the local park I saw on the train on the way to the hotel.
Yay! No stress!
I told my mom since we were on vacation, sometimes it's nice to wake up late and not worry about any plans or itineraries. Just have some free days on the schedule. At night, we did a street food tour, and I definitely tried some foods I wouldn't have if I didn't take the tour. Our tour guide, Mark, was awesome, but my favorite part was definitely trying different foods, and the atmosphere of the area itself was awesome at night. Oh, there's the Quaker guy. I had so much food, I felt like I was gonna bust. But the most refreshing thing I had that night was this melon drink. I should have gotten another one because I really liked its flavor. Super relaxed. I was so relaxed I almost forgot my phone. The next day we made an effort to go shopping. I went to the Nike outlet and actually bought 3 pairs of shoes, 2 pairs of basketball shoes, and 1 pair of running shoes. We also finally got to eat our crispy pork, which was so heavenly. Oh, I just loved it so much. From there, we had a tour that took us to some of the more remote parts of Taiwan. Still pretty close to Taipei, but it was nice to get out of the city for a bit. One of the things I didn't really include, but one of the things I'd like to talk about is the friendships we made. Because we did these kind of tour groups, we had a group of friends that we made, temporarily friends that, not all friends are forever. Some people are just in your life for a very short time. But one of which, some of these friends were a Japanese family. They were visiting from Tokyo. And others were actresses and stage plays, so it was fun to get to talk to people, and I can see that my social skills have come a long way. Next, we headed to the village of Shifen, which is Taiwan's old street where we put our wishes and dreams on balloons and sent them to the sky. Mine were a little more realistic than my mom's, but let's hope that both our dreams come true. Following that, we went to a temple village in the mountains which had some of the most beautiful views I've seen in my life. This place is called Jufen, and there's a lot of lanterns that are really famous at night. You'll see when we light these up later how much the atmosphere kind of changes. Although there's a lot of famous tea houses where you kind of have to wait in line, my mom and I just found a nice tea house that was kind of isolated. And we did see the raw boba, which is Taiwan is so famous for. But we enjoyed our time at this little cafe and just had a coffee and a quick bite. And before we knew it, the sun was setting. Not just on our day, but on our trip. This was kind of one of the final days on our trip, and our time together, our temporary time that we had together, was slowly coming to an end. But it was a nice way to go out with all the beautiful lights and lanterns. We made our way back to Taipei for the night market, but we just wanted to kind of walk around a little and go home as we were tired. And I was at the airport, ready to start my next adventure. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.